Red Bun means we're live, a casual take with your boy Steven Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. So, a fact that I always found fascinating was that soap only kills about 99.9% of germs, meaning when you wash your hands, you're not eliminating all the germs. So, I don't know why I thought about this, but during the broadcast last night, Buck and Aikman were talking about Jameis Winston's experience down in New Orleans, sitting and learning behind Sean Payton and Drew Brees, which helped him limit his turnovers. Because remember, when this guy was in Tampa, he was a turnover machine. But since he's left, he's reduced the negative plays. But like soap, Brees and Peyton couldn't wash away all of Winston's turnovers because it's like it's deeply rooted in his DNA to throw to the other team no matter how many positive yards and touchdowns he throws for. Remember, this is the same dude who threw for 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in the same season, can't balancing the stats out. And to me, despite how talented I think he is, this is why he's never sustained great success as a starting quarterback in this league, despite going number one overall just 10 years ago. And why do you think he got replaced by Tom Brady in Tampa? Now, you can say, oh, bro, he got replaced by the GOAT. There's nothing wrong with that. To an extent, yes. But you're kind of forgetting who Jameis Winston was. This is a guy who I still think to this day is extremely talented. National champion out of Florida State, went number one overall to Tampa because they thought so too. And his first year, he's a Pro Bowler. And the year that I was talking about where he threw for 30 touchdowns, he led the league in yards with 5,000. But Tampa Bay was done with him in 4 years. Why? Because that same season, he threw for 30 interceptions. And Tampa Bay's like, yeah, this guy is losing us games every single season. We're out. And then you get shipped out for Tom Brady, and they immediately win the Super Bowl. Had a talented roster. And to me, if there was ever a game that defined the Jameis Winston experience, that I like to call it, it was last night in Denver when they lost Monday Night Football to the Broncos. Because here's this guy named Jameis Winston, who for majority of the game, I'm watching, I'm like, this guy looks like '07 Brady throwing a Jerry Jeudy who looks like '07 Randy Moss. Jameis completes 34 and 58 of his balls. Those are 497 passing yards, which not only is that his career high, that's the Browns franchise record in a single game. And this Browns team's been around since the dawn of time, and 4 touchdowns. You're like, oh my gosh, this guy's fireworks. But then you look at the rest of the stat sheet, and the game goes on, especially those last 2 drives. He takes 3 bad sacks and throws 3 interceptions. 2 of them going to the house to the other team. And that's just who Jameis Winston is. You know, the same year he threw for 30 touchdowns, he set the league record for most pick sixes in a single season. And I love Jameis Winston. I'm rooting for him. Like I said, I've always thought the man was talented. And I still think he is. He has a cannon of an arm. He makes great plays. And he's funny. And he has great quotes pre and post game. And he had one after the game, despite the loss. He said, praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes. And I appreciate the faith, Jameis, but that is just who you are. Since he got drafted number 1 in 2015, he's leading the league in interceptions. And mind you, he hasn't been an everyday starter in like 4 to 5 years. That's just how many interceptions he's throwing. And it's just like, yes, he got cleaned up and learned behind Sean Payton and Drew Brees. And since his New Orleans experience, he is not turning the ball over as much. But man, you cannot change him. It's like no matter how hard he learned and studied behind those guys, and there was a great quote during the broadcast about learning to be Bruce Wayne. It's okay to be Bruce Wayne, not having to be Batman, and he's doing a good job. But, bro, final 2 drives, Brown's trying to go win it. He's throwing pick sixes. But that's who Jameis Winston is. And he's been able to stay around for a decade and having a good, solid career because he's so talented. To be a coveted backup quarterback, and when a quarterback goes down, the starter, he can go in and be serviceable. But no team is ever going to build around Jameis Winston post-Tampa, and they haven't, and no one will in 2024 because of this issue. He can't get out of his own way and throw to the other team. No matter how hard he tried to learn in New Orleans, it just feels like it's a part of him. And to me, that's the Jameis Winston experience. When he throws the ball, it's like he's flipping a coin. We're like, you never know when it's going to be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. Is it going to be fireworks or it's going to be a bomb? And for like 75% of that game last night, it was fireworks. That was a hell of a Monday Night Football game. But the last 2 drives, It was a bomb. It was. But that's just the Jameis Winston experience. It's in his DNA to throw to another team, no matter how many yards or touchdowns he puts up. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in this episode of A Casual Take. Follow my social media, stay updated on all things related to the show. Until next time, see you.